Alrighty, we're about to get into some Christmas deathmatching.
Indeed. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go if you are.
Okay. I will join the game at my own risk. Doomkid has home field advantage here.
I do. I've got extra lag bonus to like help even it out.
Right, I consider that a fair offset.
It is.
For years and years and years of experience. Oh.
Oh my god, it's like
I also have
1 second per frame on your movements.
That's terrible. I was actually able to see you pretty clearly. If this gets untenable, we'll swap over and do something different. Oh, nope.
Oh my god. Hey, I got one.
Fragged. I also haven't deathmatched in a while, so I was frantically deathmatching from March to June of this year, and then kind of.
Dude, was it the thing that killed it whenever the annoying spammer thing happened?
Yes, the annoying spammer thing when I tried to run a deathmatch event on Patreon. Just didn't work out ultimately. I was very sad about that.
You know what might be a good idea for future Patreon deathmatch stuff? Would be
What's that?
Give your patrons the password. Only paying patrons.
That would have definitely been the right move. I think, for some reason, well, you were helping me with that, but we weren't really like in cahoots at that point.
No, I was just like offering you some basic help.
From here on out, I definitely would password it and ask you for help with that. Maybe Seago from Cina's server.
How's the actual connection on your end? Like, how's the gameplay feel?
It's pretty good. I have no excuses.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure. It's absolute dog's balls on my end, but I'm enjoying it anyway.
You're doing all right.
Wait, maybe. Oh,
That's.
I'm just gonna change the video render.
I was gonna say, are there any settings you can like just like less demanding on your engine from your end?
Okay. Let's see. How does this do? I'll give it a shot.
Tell me.
It saved my frags and everything. That's pretty cool.
Oh, good. Excellent. As it should.
Oh my god.
Better?
Oh, it's
Oh, I can't.
It's pretty
I
shit.
Can't see my rockets.
Like, it's funny.
Rockets couldn't see. Oh.
You're here, and then the next frame you're all the way here, and then like.
Oh man. Honestly, yeah, like I said, I have no excuses. I can see you pretty much moving continuously. There are a couple instances where my internet gives out, and it's kind of self. Also, could have sworn I just walked over that rocket launcher.
Oh, they're so they're easy to miss.
Damn your festive status bar! I can't see what weapons I have. All your festive status bar's fault. Cry foul. Ah, unsuccessful chain gun. What's the frag limit?
I think it's 30. Yeah, it's 30.
All right.
It's a pretty standard number these days.
And there's no time limit, right?
Oh no.
Time limit.
I can't get over how laggy it is, dude. My ping of 825.
825. Like, again, I can kind of see you most of the time. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit. Ah, damn. You're doing all right. Like whatever. Like if you see 1 out of every 35 frames of me, you're making use of them.
It's I think at this point for me it's muscle memory. I've deathmatched on this level so many times. I'm just like, what are people's usual patterns? I'll just guess shoot.
Oh yeah, and you can definitely just kind of go on autopilot through a map, anticipating where people are going. I gotta say, the plant behind the armor counter on your status bar looks like weed.
Oh yeah, yeah it does. I didn't make this bar, by the way. I don't want to take credit for it.
No. We are. When I called it yours, I meant like this is.
You're right, the server.
You placed it here. Yeah. Server settings.
Yeah, I can definitely see the resemblance. Because look how far apart each stem is, like from or for each leaf rather. Like
looks quite paired. Oh, you just teleported. See, I'm actually kind of rooting for myself to get some lag, so it's more fair.
No, it's fine.
It's not fish in a barrel or anything like that. It's just I don't know. Oh.
Oh, they're double death.
You got me. EFG'd. Oh, the BFG's right in here. I didn't even know that. I will... I was overconfident. About to say something like I'll get my obligatory BFG spam in. I tend to not like playing with the BFG unless it's like 7 people are in the match.
So, do you know the secret of getting the BFG here? Has anyone ever shown you? So there's a BFG right here, and if you actually just
I see that.
If you ram yourself backwards diagonally into this corner, you'll get it like quickly. Try it.
Oh wow, you're right. It's like a grab, except it's like yeah. I've seen Carl Job's demonstration of how the momentum works and pushes you through walls. It's cool.
It's such an awesome like phenomenon, like knowing all these little obscure facts about Doom. Like, you know, like grabs that you're not meant to do. As we used to call it the plasma bump. Because in entryway, there's a little notch that has a plasma gun on it. And if you run into it the right way, you pick up the plasma gun. Yeah. That's, it's fun seeing, like, people like Decino and Carl Jobst and several others talk about stuff like that after so many years of it being an obscure little fact that only the biggest Doom nerds know. It's finally, like, the cat's out of the bag or something. I don't know. I like it.
No, I think it's great. I love the public interest in something so niche is really cool and really rare. And I mean, I'm definitely like 2 years ago, I was sitting here mostly watching videos. I wasn't, making any kind of videos. So, especially Doom related. I think this time last year is when I was playing Eternity for the first time. I just finished Sigil, and that was my first custom WAD.
Sigil
because I watched.
Oh, sorry. Sigil was your very first one?
Yeah, because I heard about it through Civi, and before that, I was like, I had heard of custom content for Doom, but I didn't know how to play it or what to do, and I just confused. And I mean, it's pretty easy to get. It's not like I wasn't scared away by it or anything. It was just like paralysis because like I don't even know how to download ZDoom or what to do. I also am just generally phobic about downloading stuff not from approved websites on my computer.
Right. Yeah, no, I can see why Sigil would have been a bit of a daunting one to start with.
Well, difficulty-wise, it was all right. It wasn't that hard. I've been beating Plutonia pretty regularly by that point. I also learned how to use mouse and keyboard just the right time. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, I just had a glare. I just needed to adjust my blinds.
Damn, sorry.
Yeah, no, it was funny. So, your very first... You should tell, like, the story of getting into, like, your WADs, like, it was just watching Civi and that episode, that's what made you go, oh. Like, because people would love to know that,
Sure, I mean, I could do that without spoiling the full story. I mean, a lot of it really had to do with the one of the most memorable maps lists in 2018. I think at some point before that, I looked up, just wanted to Google, like, hardest Doom maps or best Doom maps, because I wanted to know what people thought the best or hardest maps in the original games were, like from TNT and Doom 2.
Right.
And then I found that there were all these other maps that existed. And I was like, what is Alien Vendetta? That sounds fascinating, but I don't know how the hell to play it or where to find it or anything like that. I knew about Doom Wiki from the time I was in high school. Just fascinated by that stuff. A long-standing obsession that I really decided to dive into in, I guess, 2018, 2019. Culminating in my wanting to make the Dean of Doom series, but I wanted to make sure I played plenty of Doom before I actually started offering my opinions on it.
Yeah, right. God, you know what? Firstly, it's cool to hear your background of getting into custom Doom stuff. I love that. But secondly, on that last note, it can be kind of bothersome when I see people talking so like definitively and about Doom stuff when they clearly don't even know what they're talking about on YouTube specifically.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to be that guy. That's why I started off with stuff that I played. Like I said, I played at minimum 2 times, but I played TNT like 30 times. I played Eternity like 5 times. I didn't scrimp in the first couple. Valiant I played like 4 or 5 times. Vanguard I played a bunch of times. Now I do very much regret the most regrettable episode of Dean of Doom ever for me. I'm just embarrassed of it, frankly. Is the Doom 1 episode, the 3rd episode of Dean of Doom, because first of all, who cares about my opinions of the first 3 episodes of Doom? They're immortal, they're classics, they're not perfect, but very nice. Well played.
I just typed GG out of pure habit. Oh my god. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, bottom line is, I didn't like the presentation of that episode. I hadn't turned off the frame interpolation setting. Oh my god, the shotgun is just gorgeous. The ribbon on it.
Yeah, I love
Beautiful.
that ribbon.
I love it. I didn't pick up the shotgun the last episode.
So I need to go rewatch that one because I remember watching it, like probably within a month or 2 of it coming out back when it first did, and thinking it was fine. So I need to go back and rewatch that and see.
It's right. It's boring and like the memery is a little forced. I kind of dispensed with memery in the 2nd season because I don't know. I'd rather write my own jokes than kind of regurgitate jokes. I know that memes are, the way of the world right now, but I don't really look down on people for enjoying them. I enjoy memes, but I don't know that I'm a good.
You don't want to. I get what you mean.
Enough.
You don't want to lean on some other existing joke for content. You want to make something original. I get that.
And not that I'm very funny either. I don't want to cheat.
You are pretty funny, actually. Like you are legitimately.
Well, I accept the compliment, but I can't weigh in on whether or not I'm funny. Shit, I'm on autopilot. I must return to the game.
Dude, talking as if talking while playing isn't hard enough. Talking while deathmatching, come on.
I know, it's so frantic. It's like it uses your animal brain. This is a frantic little map too. It's like a.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm like it's not really fair. Take a minute and actually look around and see what this level is.
I played this map before.
Oh, okay.
This map before. You don't need to.
Well, I first played this in like. The first time I played this map, it was probably like 2000. So, you know what I mean? Like, go ahead and look around.
I know. It's just, there's lots of doors. I never know, like, if you should hide on this map or what.
I love Dwango50 because I had it and I played it in single player.
Hello?
Before I ever deathmatched. There's monsters in most of the levels.
Back in.
What was that?
You should hop back in because I have I know my way around. You can.
Oh, I needed to rest my hands for a minute too, actually.
Oh, gotcha.
I was just covering it up with that other whatever I said.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, the plasma, the red and green plasma. It looks like Christmas.
2 red and green. Yeah. There you go. The Don Romero's line about the original BFG.
I mean, I thought he was right, and I was like, yeah, for a Christmas WAD, this is actually perfect. I couldn't do the VFG in vanilla. They totally took out the code. Like, there's no way to re-enable it in dehacked or anything. The one that shoots a lot of balls.
How do you get the projectiles to alternate colors in the plasma? That seems like a feat.
It's each frame. Like, the plasma ball has 2 frames, usually. I just made one frame green and 1 frame red, yeah.
Oh, well, that's still inventive. Shit.
It was my attempt at like an inventive way of re-enabling the red and green plasma.
I like it. Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh, yeah, the music. You can't probably really hear it right now, but
Just in the background, I enjoy it. Reminds me of there's a 32 and 24 wad that's all Christmassy. It's a Hamburglar, how the Hamburglar stole Christmas or whatever.
oh, I know that one.
Are you familiar with that?
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with most of the 32 and 24 wads.
Skillsaw's map is Deadly Night, Holy Shite. Gee.
The title screen, there's the guy saying, "Can you please put some clothes on?" or something like that. Isn't it? Isn't that?
Yeah, the intermission, I think, or no, yeah, the title or intermission.
That shit,
We'll find it
that cracked me up so much.
It's so good. The humor in those, what do you call it? Those like
the Yeds.
Yeah.
Yeoman.
One,
I wish I could remember what it stood for. Fuck, it's something Yeoman. I know those guys. I'm not like, I don't know them super well, but over the years I've talked to them like a fair bit, and they're very cool.
They're mostly the Back to Saturn X squad, mostly, right? It's Sarah Mancuso, Hornsman, Jimmy.
Yeah, a lot of them, but there's also like Shikoten and the Unidoom guys who are more on the multiplayer side, who I don't think had necessarily as much to do with BTSX.
Oh no. Although they're around that scene. Ah, damn.
I think more like when I think of Yeds, I think of Shikoten, Rot King, Ralphus, you know, all old Unidoom.
King, yeah.
Oh, you were right in my face, but like I couldn't fire the gun.
Damn. Rot King didn't make a map for BTSX though. I think he made US Mustard Company. Is that right?
Probably. He's really good. I felt bad when he reviewed my maps years ago. He was super nice. He wasn't like rude or anything. But he reviewed my deathmatch maps and were like, these are quite plain. And I was like, no.
Aw. Is he also the guy who made that Immortal YouTube video about the agitated skeleton?
Yeah, that's him. That's completely his brainchild.
Wonderful. It's immortal.
It is, because Terminus even used it as the basis for like a follow-up video on a different Doom strat. I can't remember. Oh, BFG strats. That's the one. Yeah, there's the Doom strats and the BFG strats, and they're both done in the same style. And honestly, watching those is like the core of actually understanding how Doom works.
It really is. That will instantly teach you stuff about how to be a better player. And by better, I mean accessing most community efforts. Because honestly, it's funny. There was a Doom World thread today that was kind of elitism in gameplay was being addressed in that thread. And
wait, what was?
It occurred to me. It was the one about Decino's Stardate video.
Oh, I didn't.
It was a top.
Man, I honestly only like check the shit that's relevant to me. I know that's so self-centered, but it's so much shit.
No, it's alright. You're everywhere. But there was a thread in the most posted on the threads of today. Somebody mentioned that you know, it was an argument of saves or no saves, and it was the guy, the original poster, said something like.
Oh my god, people are arguing about saves or no saves? What the?
Well, no, one thing he said prompted a lot of argument. I'm not sure that he was looking for that much. He wasn't trying to be that controversial. All he said was, this is why it's better to not save, because you get that rush of adrenaline very end of all your toils. Somebody's like, oh my god, you know, they kind of piled on, I think. Well, I may not agree with his sentiment about not saving is the only way to play the game.
I am save scum. I love that video, dude. That one, oh man, that resonated with me on an emotional level. Like,
well, basically, one of my biggest regrets on my channel right now is that I don't have more videos like that. Your idea about me mentioning like how I kind of got into Doom seems like a good premise for a video in that same.
Oh fuck! I didn't mean to spoil that shit.
All right. I wasn't planning on doing it until you mentioned it. I'm probably not. I mean, I may or may not do it. But what I'm trying to say is that I wish I had more stuff that wasn't explicitly Dean of Doom, so it didn't feel so... I don't even feel pigeonholed, it's just that I like that more thoughtful content.
It's possible to self-pigeonhole a lot, I've noticed, just as an aside. Like, no one would actually mind,
sure.
but, like, you kind of feel obligated to. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's so easier because it's like, you know, if you have a format that you do well with, which, I mean, Dean of Doom's format is, the reason why I've made so many is because they're a little bit, you can assembly line them a little bit once you're in a groove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But, definitely rambling. I wanted to try to address the save thing.
Just don't worry, ramble away. It's fine. It's entertaining.
So I don't find it remotely entertaining in my gear anyway.
No, it's just because you're used to hearing your own
Gotcha.
stream of consciousness, you know? Other people like hearing it.
Yes. I have plenty of my own stream of consciousness on the day-to-day. I gotcha. Oh, I'm on a rampage now.
Oh shit, you are. I'm not even seeing. You were talking about you autopiloting. I was definitely autopiloting.
Did we get each other or no, you got me?
Yeah, I think we got each other because you're one ahead. Oh man. Now, see, now that you're doing good and you're actually getting into it, the lag is bothering me.
As it should.
I'm like, oh, you want to get into it, huh? And it's like, oh, I'm actually in.
At the very end, I gotta pay attention to the match.
I have proverbial leg braces on at this point.
You do. Oh, you actually managed to not kill yourself from up close. That was impressive.
Yeah, I just barely. Oh man.
One frag left.
Oh my god. The lag is not letting up either.
I'm gonna watch your video later and be like, man, I didn't deserve that. Got me.
Oh, wow.
I'm not keeping track overall, but I'm just happy I got one. I'm very happy.
Oh no, that's
played.
Oh, we were talking about something before we actually started trying to focus at the end there. We were talking about something super interesting.
Yeah, the saves come video, and I'm just gonna walk around and grab weapons. I won't fire. I'll go on a ceasefire for a little bit. So we were talking about how I got into Doom and wanting to make relevant content and not pigeonholing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It was
Oh, but
there was the thread about the guy who was talking about yeah, and he got dogpiled on a bit.
He did. All right, let's shoot. But yeah, I mean, in general, I think, you know. Oh, that's right. Okay, I wanted to connect it all by saying that MtPain27, the Rock King video. I hope that his name is MtPain27. I believe it is. So I think he's the same guy who. That's Matt Scorpiano. Never mind. I wanted to connect it all by saying that there are certain skills that you kind of need to acquire if you want to appreciate mainstream community content like Ancient Aliens, Sunlust. They are tough. They are tough for somebody who's just beaten Plutonia and wants to roll in and play them in Ultraviolence. I had a hard time with Ancient Aliens. I have a very hard time with Sunlust. I had a pretty hard time with Eternity. And that video, that one video about, you know, getting up close to the skeletons and letting them punch, like, that's just like information that I wouldn't have had if I hadn't watched Casino or seen that video.
Right.
So watch the custom content for Doom is kind of a little tiny bit gate kept by skill. And that's the only reason to get better is to be able to play more Doom.
Is what kept?
Better, not relative. Gate kept, like gatekeeping, but like I turned it over.
Right.
Like no one's trying to keep people from playing Doom, but my brother would not be able to play Sunlust. He would flounder. Even if he wanted to, he'd just get destroyed. Probably even on I'm Too Young to Die. So you got to get a little better, not compared to other people, but you want to eventually raise your personal skill ceiling, so you can appreciate more Doom. And that's really the only reason why I've ever tried to get better at Doom in any measurable way.
Right.
And I'm personally not of the belief that not saving will make you radically better just because you didn't save.
It's just gonna bore you by playing the same shit over and over again. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, and like people say practice makes perfect. It's actually more like perfect practice makes perfect. So you got to practice really well. And I'm saying if you save and load, it's whether because you will enjoy the game more that way, because you just don't want to keep playing the same stuff over and over again. Like there's no invalid reason to save.
Sure, if people like doing that, like they gotta get it right in one sitting thing, that's totally fine. I see both of that. And the thing, I don't know. I just have to say that the thing about Doom is there's just so many thousands of good maps. Like back in the day, people used to say there are thousands of maps, but really there are only like, you know, maybe a bit over 1,000 that were really truly great maps. But now there's 10,000 great maps. Like there's no reason to not just sort of experience the full thing. But I want to experience the full thing once, and if it's really good, maybe twice. But like, I guess it's different too, because when I was younger, I played, you know, probably a dozen or so WADs, and I really loved them, like before I got real deep into the community. And I still replay those once every, you know, year or two. I'll boot them up for some nostalgic fun. No new WAD has entered that lineup for like, you know, 15, 20 years now.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But there's still other stuff that I play that's great, but I still don't want to... Oh, hey, you got it. Oh.
What's up? You still there?
Thank you. Sorry. My dad just stopped in. He's helping me with something.
Oh, sure.
I got totally cut off. Sorry about that. So
no
yeah.
Problem. You're talking about how it, like, very rarely does a new, like, standby WAD enter your yearly replay list.
Yeah, I think it's just because I'm older than I was. You know, I played those at a formative age, so I the way that you would feel about TNT and other games and other things that you got into as a kid, you have this certain attachment to them that other stuff just doesn't sort of come into. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's a side point. The point is there's great WADs, but even in the greatest level, I don't want to replay it like 5 times just because I keep dying at one point. Like I want to get to that point and beat it and see what's next, you know?
Absolutely. And I think that it's a balance between wanting to get an in-depth experience, like a depth of experience versus a breadth of experience.
Right.
Like for me, I was starting out with Doom. I wanted to play as much Doom as possible, like different Doom. Whereas, I mean, if you're a speedrunner, or if you want to UV max, if you're like Derek and you are doing these incredible D2 alls, you obviously have to bury yourself in whatever WAD you're playing. And there's a unique and different kind of ecstatic feeling of being able to beat that, you know, do a D2 all and world record time. It's got to be something else. It's like becomes like a sport, like a marathon runner or something. You're beating your personal best time and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's the great thing about Doom, though, is like there's so many different ways to love it.
Yeah, it caters to so many sensibilities. That's why I think
it does.
There's so many little cross arguments and battles in the Doom community, and there always has been. But I think that's just because everyone has such their own view of what Doom even is. Because I think there's people who comment on Doom videos that I see sometimes, and just based on the things they say about what they think of Doom and their perception of the game is so different from my own. And so it's like,
I know. Yeah.
The attempt for everyone to sort of try and like congregate and interact sometimes leads to friction, you know, because and it's funny. On the note of conflict and friction, there was like a little to do in the CAC Awards thread between the CAC Awards writers and Peter.
I saw that. Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god,
This-
why? Why does the
That was it was regrettable. I mean, I think that both parties could have conducted themselves a little better.
I was just
but it's
shit
also
posting there.
inevitable.
What was that?
I was gonna say, it's that kind of conflict is inevitable because it's all about the CAG Awards is about recognizing the best projects of the year, and you know, if you believe that a significant work has been underrepresented, I can see being upset about that. However, this CAG Awards was crazy. It was like 45, a full list of recognized just WADs, not even music packs, was like 45 WADs. It was unbelievable. You were talking about the 1,000 great levels being in existence prior to the kind of renaissance of Doom, or probably 1,000 playable or solid levels released this year.
Right. Like, it's been such a huge influx.
It has. I regret not being able to play a lot of them because I'm still catching up on the classics, frankly.
Some of the classics aren't that like even Memento Mori, you know, it's got flaws. I love it just because it's a childhood WAD, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, more people play Memento Mori than maybe every other custom classic Doom WAD.
Hey, I'm gonna skip to the next map because this one's boring as shit. Okay.
It's pretty slow. Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. It's gonna take us an hour to get to 30 frags.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Anyway, this obviously we don't even give a crap about the frag count. This is more about just chilling and having fun.
Oh no, it's just absolutely.
Oh, another symmetrical arena? No, no, thank you.
It's simple.
I want one of the. Here we go. A nice fun. Oh, this map suits Christmas so well.
Look at it. It looks like it was made for this texture pack. I love the wreath on the exit door.
Yeah, no. I just got a reminder of why I love this. There's even like little candles around this like demonic star thing here. It's so funny.
Huh.
Yeah,
yeah. With death.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the trees. That is just marvelous. Candy canes and these desiccated trees with these lights on them. Oh, it was instinct.
That's all right. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, no, I just.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, the CAC Award stuff, yeah. They have always, especially this year, I feel like the CAC Award writers, a lot of them who post on Doomworld. Now, people might not have seen this, to be fair. But they're like, really, like, this is just the opinions of a group of people. Like, don't take it as pure gospel. You know what I mean? They themselves were saying that, and so it's just a shame to see it result in conflict. Every year there's always this, you know, something like that happens. I'm glad it was as minor as it was, really.
I did want to mention I saw at least 2 people say, what about MtPain's CAC Award? And I was like, what MtPain CAC Award? I didn't make any Doom maps. I didn't make any middies. You can't just give people awards because, you know.
But MtPain's cool. Give him the he's a decent guy award. There you go.
I mean, I've also only been around for a year. I feel like, first of all, I gotta earn my stripes. Second of all, I gotta make actual Doom maps or middies. Third of all, I think that the idea of the CAC Awards, I mean, they have power insofar as they can show people who have never, like, they can show off people whose work has never been seen before by anyone. And it's like, suddenly they're a CAC Award winner and it'll get people to play their stuff. I already have, you know, 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's not a shitload, but it's enough that people know who I am already, so I don't need publicity. Let the CAC Awards function as publicity for people who, you know, deserve it in a mapping capacity, first of all, but also who need it.
Right.
In other words, I loved reading this year's CAC Awards, and I mean, anyone who thinks I'm slighted shouldn't.
I was sad that none of my projects won one. Sad's not the right word. I really enjoyed it too. But it was like, at the same time, I was like, man, this year, there was just so much.
You worked so hard.
Oh, well, yeah, I did. I tried to, but there was so much, like, god tier shit released this year that it's like, it wasn't like bygone years. This was a jam-packed year. I'm glad that.
Oh, yeah.
That Bourgeois and Ray still got mentioned. And I was like,
awesome.
I was good because like only a small selection of WADs and the total of WADs released this year, only a very small selection of WADs made that actual list relative to how many WADs were released.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Which is staggering because if you know if that wasn't half of all the projects released this year, I mean that means that there were if it was less than half or less than a quarter of all WADs released this year, that means that there were 45 exemplary WADs released this year, which is just staggering, as I've said before.
Yeah,
I'm worried about your. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I don't think I was gonna add anything that enlightening. I'm just gonna say it's good, and I just need to find. I need to find the thing that really rolls, impresses people and rolls with them. So that's what I'm working on. But it's good. It's like,
or I mean, at this point, you got your crowd. I mean, I feel like the crowd that ate up Ray Mohawk 2 will continue to eat up your stuff. If you want to go for, I mean, I think it's the wrong approach to go for public appeal or go for a thing that's going to blow everybody's socks off. Because if you got an audience, just try to, stick with them. Try to make them happy. Isn't that?
Oh, that's very
the goal
true.
For creators, I think, ultimately.
That is very true. Because it's like, it's funny because I map because I like mapping. I don't map for clout.
Oh, sure.
But at the same time, I want others to enjoy it. It's funny because I worry that people misinterpret that as not being for the right reason. You know what I mean? But I really do want others to enjoy it in the same way that, like, I didn't make all the childhood WADs that I find nostalgic and that I love, but I still enjoy it. I want to give that same feeling to someone else. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you want to give back. It's been one of the pervasive feelings in my life. Like, I love music, and I'm saying the only reason why I ever wanted to play guitar or write songs was to at first because I was such an amateur at it.
You just died. That was funny. Sorry.
It was pretty funny. I used it. Was to pay homage to the artists who so inspired me and made me happy and got me through tough times. Like as a thanks to them, or I just want to, I don't know. But ultimately, you want to do the thing. You want to. I'm not.
It's all right.
Selling with words right now. I think that the best way I can summarize it is, I love Casino's videos. I love your videos. I love seeing Doom community content out there on YouTube, and I thought, the one thing I wish I could watch is like an overview of megawatts, map by map, go through them and talk about them and kind of almost let the viewer relive the experience of playing Megawad. And I came up with Demon Doom that way. But it was not out of a desire to create a popular show or even a show nobody watched. I made the show because I wanted to see a show like that.
Right.
So I became kind of the you be the change you want to see in the world. In other words,
it's funny.
Putting it.
For me, it's a balancing act of because all the WADs that I have been involved with are definitely in that sort of mindset of, this is the stuff that I want to see it, so I make it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, exactly.
It's also you weigh what you enjoy against what people will enjoy, or at least what you assume people will enjoy, and it's cool because you get inspiration. I'm sure that there was some other creator or just something that happened that inspired Decino to start his channel. He did I think he had a channel for a while that he just did random everyday videos that most people do. But obviously something inspired him to... what was that? Sorry, I didn't hear you on that one.
Decino's Junkyard was his old channel.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. So, yeah, no, it's good. Anyway, the point is, it's... we've drifted so far, I think we were talking about the CAC Awards originally, but yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, it's just good. And on the note of MtPain getting a CAC Award, by the way, just to come back to that point... I think maybe it would be cool if there was a thing for up and coming Doom tubers, as they're called,
Yeah.
Not that you're that.
Well, in
I
that
mean,
case,
you've been around.
In that case, why haven't you gotten one yet?
Yeah, well, I'm already know. They don't need to do one for me. I kind of feel that way about the CAC awards as well. It's like, yeah, you know, I get it. People know me. I've been around for a while. Go ahead and show other people's stuff. You know.
And that's exactly why I think the CAC awards should be there to basically introduce newcomers, like maybe memorialize living legends like Skillsaw, Tarn, Vessel Fortune, those folks, but also to bring to light new outstanding creators. Because they need the publicity. I mean, and honestly, Skillsaw didn't even need the CAC award. He deserved it, but he didn't even need it.
You're talking... Oh, God, I'm having a massive brain fart. He released a cool episode. I can't remember what it was called. It won one.
Plan.
Not Syringe.
Plan. I did it.
What's it called? Oh my God, why am I having such a brain fart? The one that he won an award for this year.
I think we're lagging, because I'm... Hey?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the connection's a bit crap. Am I coming through clear on your end?
Yeah, Heartland. You remember Heartland?
Oh, Heartland. God, I don't know why I couldn't think of it.
Yeah, I did a video on it.
I know. I was having a massive brain fart. But it definitely deserved one, though. I mean, it was just so well put together. Hey.
I beat you to death with a candy cane.
All right. I'm not gonna let that slide. I had my hands off the keyboard.
Disrespect. Blatant disrespect.
Yeah, no, we should definitely get that deathmatch thing I talked about rolling at some point as well.
Let's not go any further. Let's not divulge any other details except that I'm beyond thrilled that that got off the ground.
Right.
I can't wait. It's very exciting.
I hope I hope I will follow through with it. I just need to get these other 2 videos out, get a little more people's eyes back on my channel since I've had a bit of a drought lately for the unfortunate people who enjoy my stuff.
Same here. And I promise to help you with recruiting. I can definitely do that.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Oh.
Hey, I'm 4 behind. Fuck.
I've been getting a bunch of straight up SSG kills on you. I'm also, the internet is a chaotic force right now in both of our worlds.
Have you been getting a lot of Twitch and kill? Twitch and kill.
A little bit, yeah. I've been. It's been jittery.
Okay, you've been playing Hack X. All right, this map.
This one.
You played this one?
Yeah, I played everything in your Dwango pack. I played with you actually. Oh shit! Killed myself. No.
I'm so much more like I am a mapper and I've made some midis and some sprites and textures over the years, but
you're a wizard.
I'm a compiler big time. The Dwango50. So we're using at least 3 different compilations that I made. So we're using the 150 skins, which is like I only made like 3, maybe not even 3, but 2 of those skins that are in there.
Which ones did you make? I'm curious.
There's there's one that I took the kick attack sprites and modified them pretty heavily to make the flamethrower skin.
Oh, okay.
I've spent a few hours on that one, and then there was I think one of the Undead Marines is mine as well.
Okay.
The Shotgunner Undead Marine, yeah, with the Doom Guy's helmet. That I did that one as well. I mean, by did I mean I Franken-sprited it from 3 sprites or whatever, you know.
Counts, especially if it can be. I mean, for God's sake, they let rappers sample other existing work. So.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is very much the same concept.
If you make it your own, you make it your own.
So the Christmas thing was a compilation, the skins were a compilation, and the Dwango maps were a compilation. All my attempt at like getting the best of the best in one pack.
Compilationception.
It's. I used to do shit like that for the Zaydamon and Zandronum and Otomex hosts constantly, like trying to whittle down this shit. Because I thought the reason that so few people deathmatched was because a lot of shit maps were getting played. But then, like, when I whittled it down to all the best of, like, old school and new school style stuff, there's been some huge deathmatch events, but it's still, you know, a pretty minimal number overall.
Wadazine had a great one, a series of, like, an ongoing, like, they counted people's frags and everything. I missed most of them because they were in the span of, like, an hour, but it seemed like a really cool event. I think I was actually on that leaderboard. I showed up for 2 sessions.
I don't think I showed up for a single one, but I'm really glad that they were happening. I should have been there. I just get distracted, work on other things, out doing something or whatever.
There it goes. Shoot good.
You know what? I can't help but wonder if Z-Damon wouldn't have done this jittery shit. It probably would have, but I just can't. I'm just curious.
I was on there earlier today. It was way worse than this, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's your server or my connection. I mean, it's probably both. And not to fault your server or anything, but I'm not in a perfect oh, you got me. In a perfect location for this.
You're in the eastern area.
East Coast US. Yeah.
And so.
Did you say your server was in like Europe or something?
No. This server is in California, in Fremont, California. It's Linode.
I don't have any excuse.
It's a Linode server. It's usually pretty high quality for anyone who lives in the U.S. Who's your net provider?
I mean, it's all right.
I don't know. You don't have to divulge that, John.
I mean, the internet here is spotty. It's not ideal. It was better. I used to. This isn't really a spoiler or a spoiler. This is not personal information because it's not my personal info anymore. But I used to live in Philadelphia, and the internet there was a lot better. I was deathmatching with virtually zero lag.
Right.
I dream of those days.
Oh man,
internet is not as good.
I did not know how good I had it back when I lived in Florida. In 2009, I was like pretty much like, wow, I think I might have to like just give up on Doom because I can't even deathmatch anymore.
Terrible.
But I still
Is it just Aussie internet in general is bad, or what?
It's just the distance. The Aussie internet in general is not great, but it's not like, you know, exceedingly bad. But it's the sheer distance between Australia and the rest of the world, other than New Zealand and to a lesser degree like Japan and stuff. But yeah, it's still pretty far from most.
Oh, I guess so.
So it's like
you
even if
deathmatch with Barabo Jr.
Sorry?
You could deathmatch with Barabo Jr. and Toasty and Naka Kurashiki. They're from the Japanese Doom community.
Oh, yeah, deathmatches with them would actually probably be quite smooth. But I don't know them. I think it would be weird if I just messaged them.
No. I'm joking. I'm not even sure. I know Barabo speaks English. I don't, because he used to comment. But I'm not sure about the other folks.
I was so surprised. I was under. Oh, sorry. What was that?
Nothing.
Because I you know, according to the few.
Pistoled you.
Wait, what? Oh, you pistoled me. Oh, pea shooted me. Yeah, let me just take a drink real quick.
Gotcha. I'm sorry about this lag, dude. I probably am sounding like I'm continuing to cut you off.
Oh.
I'm just responding to your voice as soon as it comes in.
No, it's no problem at all. You gotta account for stuff like that in such a, you know, crap connection such far away. Anyway, the Japanese Doomers that I've heard talked about this kind of thing, they often say Doom is a minor game, and always kind of was. Not minor and then that people didn't like it, but it just wasn't that popular. And in Japan, and it surprised me because because Dwango has the only place Dwango survived long term was in Japan. And I played a few different maps that were by Japanese authors. Like there was a guy named Jason Yasuko, who used to make duel maps like 20-something years ago. And because of the Dwango thing and his duel maps, between the two, I always just assumed that, you know, that there was a decent Doom scene in Japan. It was surprising to me years later to learn that it was so limited, actually.
I think Patsard Kako said that. You're on the final frag, right?
Yeah.
Lowered it to 20. Oh, you bastard! With the BFG, very nice. I was about to give you a little courtesy warning. I was like, we're close to 20 frags, but you were way ahead of me. All right, insidious.
I'm sorry, I've played that map way too many times in my life.
Oh, I know this one. Oh yeah, this one's a mess.
This one in duel, it's a good duel map, but in free for all, this thing is like
it's absolutely crazy. Like yeah.
Do you know the like Omega secret of this map? Like how to trollishly win it every time, unless someone else knows too?
Is it's the BFG secret, I assume?
Yeah.
That's
so
the exit switch.
So do you know?
I think it's the exit switch twice. Sorry.
Do you know how to get to it?
Oh man, what is this?
So there's a little. This is an invisibility sphere, which will already help you. But if you press this back wall, or maybe it's the side wall, one of these side walls, just sort of mash around. If you just keep mashing, eventually enough of these lifts will come down, and you can get into here.
There's barrels.
You gotta back up and shoot those.
There's the BFG.
There we go.
Yep.
So yeah, it usually does take, because of the way the lifts are, I assume I know this was made back when it was a 4-player limit in multiplayer Doom. So I assume the idea was that the 3 others would be out here fragging each other, none the wiser, while the guy who made the map was going to sneak up there. And I assume...
It's very much like it's like a Romero trick, like what he did with the BFG in Tenements.
Yeah, yeah. So I just love little stuff like that. I mean, I didn't know. I played this for probably 15 years before I figured out how to get that BFG. Because you can spawn in there. If you're lucky, you can spawn in there. So I never was really that adamant about figuring out how to get it. But one day I finally was like, all right, I need to work out how to actually get this.
So like during a match, you found it the first time.
Yeah, yeah. During I think it was a Z-Damon deathmatch probably 5 or 6 years ago. I was like, yeah, I gotta find out.
Damn. Impressive. If it were me, I'd probably have grabbed the WAD and opened it on my own computer and like single player, and just IDDT'd.
I knew about the little this texture that had the invisibility sphere hidden in there. I knew about that for like a long time. And then I just clicked. I was like, wait, let me try pushing on these walls. And then I was like, it all clicked. Man, it's crazy to learn. Did you play the version of Doom 2 where there were bars on map 2, like holding the sergeant in?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was crazy for me to learn that apparently the reason they took it out in 1.9 is because people couldn't figure out you were supposed to press on the bars.
Like the red bars?
Oh,
on the other side.
Yeah, there's silver bars on the other side that you don't need a key for.
Oh no, I did not play with that version. Sorry, I was thinking about that. I could picture that room, but I didn't get no bars on that side.
Right, the bars were on the red side, but so you see that they're red, and you try pushing on them, and you need a red key, and then you go, oh wait, but these ones are silver, and you push on them, and they open. Apparently, people got stuck there. And that's why they added them. They were like, they didn't want people to give up on the game so easy. But honestly, as a designer, if someone came to me with a complaint like that, I'd be like, dude, if you can't figure that out from context, then this is not the game for you. You're not going to be able to... Yeah. There's way more obscure shit than this later on.
In defense of people who have trouble figuring their way through Doom maps, a very illogical game. Especially when hidden secret circuits earned and...
It's so
Sandy Peterson
true.
is concerned.
I guess because I've played it at a formative age, so I just take it for granted. I'm like, yeah, you just hump like random walls. But for an outsider coming in as an adult with no context, that would be so random and just
Yeah,
nonsensical. It's very
absolutely. What we talked
arbitrary.
about last time, the whole idea of like just press on it is very much a Doom thing. That if you don't know that, if you weren't these FPS kid,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know to just press on stuff and it'll lower or it'll open.
Yeah, it's easy to forget when it's
Oh.
such second nature. It's easy to forget how arbitrary and random it is, really.
Oh, totally. Also, I really I question the sanity of the guy who decided not to leave the like secret notifications in the original Doom. Like, not like walking into a secret area, not being told it's a secret and not knowing it's a secret. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Oh, yeah, yeah. It was funny because did they have that in the press release?
No, it was just silent. I think it's only in source ports that you get secret notifications.
I could have sworn in the beta version that has the Christmas BFG, when you go into a secret, like the messages don't display in red text, they display in the HUD. Like it covers up Doom Guy's face and armor and it says,
Oh,
text.
interesting. And no, not as a lad playing TNT Evolution, vouch that I did not know what the hell, was a secret, what wasn't a secret, and where all the monsters were to get 100% kills. I almost never got 100% kills or 100% secrets in those maps because I just didn't know where the hell anything was. Not having a monster counter, I understand. That actually heightens the tension a little bit because you don't know if there are monsters left in the level when you're about to leave. But not telling me when I have a secret is just frustrating.
No, that's
one minor gripe I have with non-source board game.
I have a long list of gripes. I mean, with anything I love, I have a long list of gripes usually.
Oh, sure.
It's firstly forced changing weapons when you step on them for deathmatch purposes in
I've gotten used to
particular.
that. Oh, deathmatch is terrible with that, but I tend to like picking up a weapon as soon as I grab it because you can like plan it. I don't know. You can execute nice combos with like if you're going into a fight, you know what's gonna happen. You can plan to go grab the rocket launcher, immediately launch a fusillade of rockets, switch weapons, etc.
Right.
The Berserk is bad though. I don't like being forced to go to my fist with Berserk. That's one thing I could do without.
Yeah, I think they did that just because people wouldn't know what to do with it otherwise. They're like,
It's
so...
like it's every single time.
Yeah, that was...
Like if they didn't know how to do it, you could read the manual, but it's every single time that you pick it up, you go to your fist. I mean, it's just forced me many a time to adopt different tactics.
Yeah, there was some stuff. All those old weird things like that, like Berserk auto switching, lack of secret notifications, all kinds of Doom design stuff. It's funny because a modern player of a game, like you could be a fan of like, let's say, a newer game, like you could come to it from like Halo and Call of Duty.
I fragged it.
And
yeah,
it still makes enough sense. You're like, yeah, it's still a FPS, still got a gun, still aim and shoot, like, move through the level. Like, even with the obscure stuff. But so much of Doom comes from a different school of thought of, like, Dungeons and Dragons and old DOS games.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, that's what it was they fed on that. That was their background. Games they played as kids.
It's funny, though, because it entails a lot of arbitrary shit that no modern player would ever think of. Oh my god, I did the automatic GG again. Let me just go get some water. I'll just be a minute.
Alright, sounds good. many Christmas songs you got loaded up on here, MIDI-wise?
Oh, the Christmas songs?
Yeah, there's so many. I haven't heard a repeat yet.
Oh, yeah, I tried to make it so all 32 maps play, even if they play the same song, it's a different interpretation of the same song. So, like, you'll never hear the same MIDI twice. Oh, you're gonna saw me, huh?
Because I picked it up and I was...
Oh.
Brutal death. No, I picked it up and I was fumbling around. I was like, I might as well just throw a towel on this one. Ooh, rubber band. Let me just pick up the gun, thank you.
What was that? You're going through kind of quiet. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
oh, okay, that's why.
Our internet's all messed up. Or what mine was on my end for a second.
Oh, yeah, I think.
Oh, damn.
I think ours are just both constant shit. It's okay.
It's yeah, jitteriness. Oh.
I've gotten used to it. Like, I feel like I'm just getting a similar experience to what people playing SNES Doom on X-Band were getting.
Oh my god.
Where I
don't
just
understand that reference, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, so actually, it's not that surprising. It was pretty obscure. Super Nintendo Online back in the day.
But who played Doom on Super Nintendo Online?
Oh, a few people. There's some videos of it on YouTube.
That sounds really rough.
It is. It is. This is actually probably way smoother and more and better than that in most ways.
Oh, I got you the pistol.
Oh, damn it.
Oh my god, I killed myself. I killed myself with the exit switch while you were away by accident.
Where is it?
-1 kills, but I totally deserve it. Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's the one in the corner over here. Yeah, that's right.
Just press switches by habit.
That texture has always annoyed me. Because the switch is so high up.
Oh, yeah.
Doom guy just jumps and slaps it like some.
Oh my god, I killed myself again. 0 frags. Dismal.
Oh, I almost killed myself.
I'm trying to get you to face rocket.
Oh man. Yeah, revenge.
Revenge. I really love the way that I dare say this looks a little bit better than the original map. I mean, you may disagree, but I like how the snow plays off the like ice walls out here.
Oh, this map is super ugly by default. I mean, it's I like it. I like it because it's old school, but yeah, it's not the prettiest map.
I genuinely like the color fix. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
it's a little bit like you're in invulnerability. You gotta like everything turned white.
It gives it a sense of uniformity that it did not have at all before.
Yeah.
Where are you? Where are you? You must be running laps.
Running around.
No, not out there. Go back this way. You up top? No?
No.
Oh!
Gotcha. Sorta. Surprise! Oh. Ah!
You killed yourself?
I killed myself with a rocket launcher. God damn it! Oh, well.
I couldn't even. It didn't even like register on my end that that's what happened.
Yeah, I thought you hit me with the face of some plasma. So I got you with the shit. Sorry, it looked like you were AFK.
No, it's okay. I was just adjusting my keyboard.
As soon as you die.
Did I get that plasma gun? Yeah, I did. Sweet. 1 second per frame.
Seriously. You start counting your frame rate in seconds per frame, that's when you know you got a problem.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm getting a pretty consistent decent frame rate. I'm skipping around a little bit, like it's rubber banding, but I am getting frames.
It's more like everything's like my movement on my screen looks pretty smooth, but all the actors are moving, like you are moving, and all the projectiles are all moving.
It's like teleporting around.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. No, I hate that spawn point.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
The equivalent spawn in map 01 is equally annoying. The one that's out in that same spot.
Yeah. I was thinking of that. Yeah, I was thinking of that one.
I hate, like, why couldn't they have just made it so you spawn on the damn shotgun? Like,
ugh.
I have to go back in time to 1995 and annoy the original author of the first map and this map. I have no idea who even made this one. What was that?
To change their ways.
Yeah.
It goes to Christmas future.
Look, I know you haven't mapped since for 25 years now, but what were you thinking? Oh my god, waves of candy.
Oh, the love of Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Dude, I am getting toasted by that thing.
I'm going to kill you with Jolly.
Shoo, I got a lucky.
Jolly plasma. I do love, like, blanketing the area with plasma and deathmatch. It's naturally one of the more dangerous weapons to use.
The hallway filler, dude.
As hell, though. Yeah, you start to realize how slow the projectiles are, though, when you play deathmatch with plasma gun.
Oh, the larger the area, an area like this, it's still reasonably effective. But man, in a real wide map, it's worthless.
Yeah.
Even the stretch from here to there, if I was chasing you with plasma and you were running backwards with SSG, you'd still definitely take me down.
Right. Because you can almost outrun them. I mean, you actually... No, you can't outrun them, can you?
Not plasma. You can...
if you can outrun Arachnid.
You can, stay... If you do a speed run, you can, keep equal with the plasma. You could create a huge... I actually made just a giant open square just to muck around in before. And you can create a gigantic cloud of plasma balls that are traveling right alongside you. It's really funny. I love doing shit like that so much.
You probably know what I'm referring to when I mention it, but do you remember in 2008 or 2010 there was a YouTube series called Doom Gladiator? There was a series where this guy would pit different types of enemies against cyber demons. Like the cyber demon was the Doom Gladiator.
Oh, where it was 500 pinkies versus... You're right.
It got taken down or they got re-uploaded later, but the originals they had they just scale up the number of chaff enemies versus each amount of cyber demons. That was one of my favorite things ever. Just it fascinated me to watch the cyber demon take down so many of the generic enemies, which I had feared greatly at that point. I was just starting to play Doom basically as a kid.
Doom gladiatorial combat between the demons.
Yeah, and I think Gaming Gargoyle does something like that. A couple of his videos are just massive amounts of enemies fighting each other.
Yeah, I've seen that. Who would win between...
A narrative. Yeah, exactly. 500 chain gunners or 100 pain elementals or something like that.
The chain gunners have that one won, dude.
I think they beat the Pinky. Sorry, it was 500 chain... Oh, actually... The chain gunners mostly kill themselves, is the thing. If you line them up, they just shoot each other in the back, and it's just the front row that survives.
The pain elementals or the chain... Oh, the chain gunners, of course.
Gunners. Otherwise, the pain elementals, they just spawn endless lost souls.
Right, they have a huge wall, yeah. I guess the chain gun is if you
Thing is,
if you put them in a straight line.
Yes.
Well done.
And in time with the music. Nice.
Yeah, the music ended the
yeah.
instant the round ended. That's funny. Oh, this sky fits this level really well here now.
Nice deep blue.
The hell skies were not did not match the snow quite so well. This hot sky was snowing.
It's like the Bruce Springsteen Santa Claus is coming to town, isn't it?
I think it is. I think it genuinely is.
That's what it sounds like. I've heard that version of it so many times.
I'll just be a minute. If you don't mind, just like
Okay.
wandering around and.
I won't pick too many weapons. Is indeed the Bruce Springsteen Santa Claus is coming to town. You can recognize the MIDI within a few seconds of hearing it. You know I've heard that song too many times.
Oh my god, as I'm sitting here, it's literally just showing you standing there, and this message waiting for server is blinking constantly, just to prove how laggy it is.
Cool. Condolences.
I feel like I'm not complaining about the lag, it's just amusing me. I've mentioned it 1,000 times since I started recording, but people don't think I've been whinging about it too much.
No, I mean, I don't think you are. If anything, I would be open to either trying a different server or different format, or like resetting, like letting you reset if you want. Mine isn't great, but it's definitely workable.
Oh, mine's fine. For the sake of what we're doing, I'm fine to just keep it like this. But if we do something like this again in future, maybe I'll look into... OBS is what's doing it to my computer. As soon as I quit OBS, my ping is like still high, but playable. I'll have to check out.
Could keep... If you wanted to give it a rest, I mean, I could just send you my footage later.
Let's do another round or two. I don't want to pack it in yet, unless you want to or need to.
No. I want to keep going.
All right. I'll be done in like 1 minute, and then I'll be ready to hop in for 2 more rounds or so.
Cool. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Well, actually, I just decided to pause or to stop my recording and start a new one, because my computer complains if it goes on for too long.
Oh, right.
So I got Control-Alt deleted out of the tab, and the only thing that the game remembered was Control. So my guy is emptying all of his clips into the wall right now.
I was wondering why he was doing that.
To him, yeah, I'm constantly firing. I'm just waiting for the recording to remux, and then I'll start it, and then we can get going.
Cool. Man, he's telling that wall who's boss.
No.
He officially attacked me first, now I can call it self-defense.
Put me out of my misery, please. Thank
You chewed on a candy
6%.
cane.
Did you put that in, or did the original modder put that in?
No, all the text was from me.
That's wonderful. I love that. It's like the really fun version of Bit the Bullet.
Yeah, yeah.
Shoot candy cane. Oh man.
You
I
know,
wish I had that in my recording. Computer is really tired.
don't worry. I mean,
Just stop
mine's gonna
3D.
be up first. This whole thing has just been one continuous stream that I'll upload to YouTube. I would have been streaming
Okay,
it,
cool.
but I think if I was streaming as well as all the other
Oh my
shit,
god.
it would be like lag.
No. I'm not even sure if the stream would have maintained connection. That you're talking about balancing deathmatching and streaming to YouTube and also broadcasting out your information to the Discord. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a lot. I like streaming because then there can be a chat that are just like talking amongst themselves while while we do our thing. You know what I mean? I like the idea of doing that, but it's just the hardware intensive. Hey, the music hasn't been playing for a while. Is that true on your end as well?
Yeah, maybe is is not looped properly. Is there a big gap silence at the end? Maybe I'll see it later.
I just typed ID MUS20 just to make something play. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I can't hear the music, but I'm also oh, I think I disconnected.
Oh, I see the little disconnection thing.
Yeah, my computer is quite weary.
I like the old
Yeah.
icon better. Oh, sorry, you can't even see it. Yeah. There's an icon for the LAN cable being plugged out from the wall, like ripped out.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've seen that before. It pops up on mine fairly often.
I like the old one used to be a blue square that showed it unplugging. I think a user on Doomworld
Yep.
still has that. Ah, crap, I can't remember who it was. Someone who's been around for a while has that avatar.
Mm.
I liked it better. I don't know why. That was like all you would see back in the day playing Doom Online in 2001 was that icon constantly.
Yeah.
Shitternet.
Yeah. I never played online games prior to going to college.
Yeah, I think I was like at the time there weren't that many kids who were in my position, like during the late 90s and early 2000s, who were like around age 9, 10 and had an internet connection, knew what Doom was. And
Yeah.
there were a few other kids in the community at the time, but just not that many. Now it's common. Now it's like when there's a new user, my automatic assumption is that they're like a young teen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, I am back and ready to go. So, anytime I'm gonna start, we can start.
Man, ID Must 15 is a cool one. It's a cool rendition of We Three Kings.
I just can't hear it weirdly. I'm gonna turn my music off and turn it back on.
Oh, did you try typing ID Must?
No, I didn't.
So try typing ID Must 15. Is my voice coming through alright on your end?
It is. It is. Alright, we're good. Oh my god, this sounds like Paris Falling video already. I know which one it reminds me of exactly. Have you ever played Tomorrow made a map called The Given? It's a big puzzle. No monsters in it.
Oh no, I don't think I
2013,
played. I
I think
do
it's from?
remember it though. I remember the thread for it. I don't think I ended up playing it, unfortunately.
Paris Falling made a very Celtic MIDI for it, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. At least the way it's. Oh my god, I see the big black patch where I was shooting at the wall.
Wait, what?
Oh, wait, no, that the patch where I was shooting at the wall. I found it. All the black.
Oh. I think I have decals switched off, not really by intention.
Oh no, my decals are on. We'll see you later.
You saw the huge scorch you left, though, yeah.
Yeah. What the hell? What? Oh, okay. That was weird.
You're right, it does have that sort of, like, ethereal, like, medieval sort of feel that I've heard in some of Eris's midis before.
Yeah, and a lot of his stuff has more spacey bent to it, but
It's cool. I like it a lot.
I'm gonna play a sample alongside our speaking of it in my video.
Cool, good. Oh, dang, you just appeared around that corner.
I did indeed. Gotcha.
Man, this one is like super snowy and white.
It is. It's like they bleached every single texture in this map. These indoor textures, the light green, the walls are normally light green, look actually like they should be used in something else. Looks like real ghostly in here.
Yeah, yeah, like the vibe of this room is actually way creepier than usual. Yeah, that was a good rocket too. Oh, you splattered me, damn.
I did. It was jibs. Good timing, or fortuitous timing. I'm not good.
Don't say that. Come on.
I am really decent.
Yeah, you are a decent player for sure.
That I can know at this point.
If you want to get down to it, I mean, compared to the people who are really good at deathmatch, I suck balls. But that's, you know,
You've said that before, but you have a general like level of experience that would at least allow you to sort of hang.
Yeah, yeah, I can hang. But you know, like I remember, it's sad to talk about because he's been dead for a few years now. But Demon Sphere was a great player. I mean, his skill in Doom was out of this world, and I had a duel with him. It was first to 50, which is the classic duel limit, and I think we were on Judas. I think I got 18 frags or something by the time he got 50, or maybe not even that much, maybe like 13. Like, yeah, he was crazy good.
It's pretty amazing. Reaction time, it's knowledge of the maps, it's just general dexterity, cleverness, getting in the mind of your opponent. A lot that goes into Doom Deathmatch. But it, in some ways, is leagues ahead of even modern player versus player things.
Man, when you get it going smooth on a Doom deathmatch, it's so fun. I worry that this video is going to undersell the deathmatch experience because it is usually not like this.
Well, it's 1v1. It's usually more chaotic and crazy and generally like it has like a fireworks type entertainment value when it's more than 2 people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, like when it's at least 4 people, you know, it's.
I just been on the lag front really. The gameplay,
well,
even
that sucks.
Even in the 1 vs 1, when the lag is nice and like when the ping is, you know, under 200, whereas I'm sitting at like, it says 226. That's bullshit. I'm like spiking to 900 constantly. But
yeah, that's horrific.
And when it's smooth, it is just like, it is one of the best games ever. I've heard people like talk shit on Doom's multiplayer, and I don't know what they're talking about because it's so fast and unmatched. And there's so many custom levels, like you will never get bored because there's just so many to play.
Seen it firsthand. I said in the summer that was like my primary occupation. Wow.
Here, let's
more death than single player for a while.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I'm glad it shows because you have like that nice you have a nice baseline of deathmatch skill now.
You said let's something? You were gonna...
Oh, I was gonna say let's just skip to the next map and then that'll be our last round, okay?
Alright, that sounds fine. You crushed me on that one. 454 ping, yet 930 ping. That's
yeah. Yours was spiking too, though, so...
Yeah, but maybe the highest was like 300. Found the invisibility. The thing is, invisibility works as intended on humans.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
invisibility in deathmatch is like a super good power up. People have complained about it. They're like, it's not fair. It's one of the funny things. All the power ups work as intended in deathmatch, and you know, it is known that Romero liked deathmatch more than single player. I think at least he said that.
Oh, it's obvious, especially the way he does Doom 2 maps. He put monsters in them, but he didn't really give a ton of thought to placement. Or as much of a thought to placement as maybe Sandy Peterson did.
I don't know if people will even be able to hear it, but there's like a smooth jazz Christmas song playing in the background.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I was just about to comment on the music being this really laid back jazz track. Love myself.
Oh.
Humbug! Get your Christmas away from me.
I'm gonna. Are you using the pistol?
You were right about. Yes. You were right about the plasma being useless in open air.
It's a perfect demonstration. I had a big cloud of useless plasma falling.
200 projectiles.
See, even just then, the rockets, I was dodging most of those until, you know, at the end there. Because they're just so slow moving.
The rockets, at least, like, there's a very high penalty to pay for not dodging a rocket.
Right.
If a plasma bolt, it's only 5 to 40 damage, so...
If one stray rocket hits you, that's still good enough. Whereas, if one stray plasma ball hits you, probably like 10, 15 damage.
Gotta find different ways to use it.
You know how to get the BFG on this level?
Nope.
You're very close to it.
Oh, somebody knows.
The pathway leads to a door.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I got it. Move this direction in the wall.
Yeah, that's right.
The door?
We definitely both tried to open the door at the same time just then.
We did.
Oh, man.
Oh. Ah. Caught you a few times there.
Oh, man.
Oh, gotcha.
This keep map.
I imagined. Yeah.
We're sorry.
First thing I imagined when I saw the frozen weapons was Doom guy's hands are gonna get cold. For whatever reason.
Oh, dude, they would be. Imagine grabbing like a shotgun that had been laying out in the snow. It'd be pretty cold.
Actually frozen, yeah. He was Rowdy Rudy and he wore his gloves.
No, he's wearing gloves.
Like it is on the cover. Oh, he is? Well, then never mind. He's fine.
See, you know...
I guess he is wearing gloves. See, I used to, as a kid, I thought he was like these big... Well, except when he punches.
Yeah.
In this version, he swings a candy cane with his glove on, but...
It's funny, as a kid...
I definitely always thought as a kid he had these big burly hands, without and wasn't wearing gloves.
See, I thought he had like the most oddly wrinkly hands, and then it clicked to me that in all sprites but the punching one, he was wearing gloves. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's wearing gloves that just happen to be the same color as his skin.
Well, and they should be black because they're black on the cover of Doom 1, right?
They are. That's very true.
You can't see them in Doom 2. They're holding a rocket launcher.
I think he's got bare hands in Doom 2.
And
In
that
Doom 2, he
insane
looks
haircut.
weird anyway. He's got that zigzag haircut.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that. That's some foolishness.
I think it was literally just to be edgy 90s like coolness.
Probably. Built to the MTV folk. Oh, gotcha. Versus rocket launcher. Shit. When I play deathmatch, like, and I'm not with a buddy, and I'm in my house by myself, I find that it's very difficult to refrain from vanity.
From doing what?
Fine, profanity, swearing. I swear a lot quickly. But it's interesting because I've recently, by recently I mean in the last 6 months, taken up playing chess relatively frequently online, and playing kind of faceless, voiceless enemies, kind of depressing sometimes, and it's easier to get frustrated when you don't know your opponent, never will, and never care to.
Right.
When you're playing chess against somebody face to face, it's like easier to win or lose. It's just a generally nicer experience because you can see them and shake their hand and whatever.
Yeah,
It's the same with deathmatch.
It's funny, cause like I've been enjoying having a chat and frag. I always, if I'm with a friend, having a chat and frag is always nice. But I just kind of got used to I don't know. I got used to the like faceless deathmatch because in Z Damon everyone has an account, and like back in the olden days it was like you would see the same names over and over again, and still you do to this day. But so you kind of do go like, hey, how's it going every now and then when someone shows up who you see a lot. Like there's a guy on Z Damon whose name is G4D2, and we've only talked like not really that much, only through text and Doom. You know what I mean? But I see him so often that we're always nice to each other. I'm like, hey, good to see you whenever he shows up. You know what I mean? So it's,
sure, and that's the difference between chess and deathmatch, because chess is it's not very civil, I find online.
yeah, that would be. It's harder too because there's not even in Doom. There's still a representation of that person walking around, whereas in chess there's like not even any equivalent of that. It's just like completely abstracted from what a real chess game is in a sense.
In a way, you really, like, if you're playing online chess or playing any chess, you shouldn't be playing an opponent, you should be playing the board. Whatever the board, you just find the best move, no matter what it is.
It's true. It's really a logic game, so.
For sure. What was I gonna say? I'm that way with, I found a sort of buddy called Punch you in the Face Man. I don't know if you've seen Punch You in the Face Man. He's on.
I've seen him around. I've seen him on in some servers in Doom World every now and then.
He was. I used to pop into the Friday Night Firefight. They did that over the summer. I don't know if they still do it, but it was him and a couple other guys. They were generally still stuck to deathmatching. It's not like they were completely absent memory. I think we discussed earlier the anime fairy creatures who played music sounds when they died were a little knocked, but
oh look,
just the way things.
I'm not an anti. I don't want to be a stick in the mud. I'm not that type of person. I think that stuff's funny. If people like that, that's totally fine.
All right, I'm a little. I'll a little more stick in the muddish. It's just loud. That was the only problem I had with it. I don't really care what they make themselves look like. The death sound was so to be there.
That's, you know, I don't know if, I'm sure, I think Punch You in the Face Man has been around for a while. I got the impression that
He's the same one every time. He looks like, oh, is it Jason from Friday the 13th?
He's,
hockey mask.
He's got the, in the Doom community, there's an old WAD called Skins.wad. I think it's from 2000. There's an old Doomer named Gokuma who was involved with compiling it, I'm pretty sure. Who I still, like, have talked to, you know, pretty recently, and he contributed a map to Ray Mohawk and everything.
Yeah,
and,
that's right. I saw that.
In Skins.wad, like the old Skins.wad that became, you know, ubiquitous, there's like several skins that are like that. There's one called Corn Turd, and it's literally an MS Paint turd with like a grumpy face and a cigar. And it goes like whenever you die and shit like that.
So maybe I'm just a colorless swine, but I think that would be funnier than the anime jingle. I mean, I'm not even anti-anime. It just wasn't a song. I mean, yeah, whatever.
There was a Barney skin. Now the Barney skin goes all the way back to 1994. Like there were skins before you could select them in the player thing. You know, in Vanilla Doom, there's no player console or anything like that. So you can't change your color or name or any of that sort of stuff. But you could still load a sprite that everyone shared over top of the regular Doom Guy sprite. And people often did that in death matches and stuff. And one of them was Barney. And he'd go like, I love you. And really slowly, like, singing the most protracted, slow version of that every time you killed him. So in a deathmatch, you'd just be hearing, I love you, like just layering over each other constantly. So that shit was pretty funny.
That's so funny.
Like, it would get old.
I mean, better in the abstract. Like, it's kind of like how you're chuckling at me earlier. It's like, it's funnier when it's not happening directly to you and you're not getting fragged over and over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it was just one of those old things that's like, it is funny for a few minutes, but then it's like, it dies off. Like, the joke of the loud, annoying skins for me. I used to giggle at that back in the, like, years gone by, but it's worn off a bit. I just want the regular Doom Guy skins. And you kick my ass, so...
Yeah. Me too. Well played. Hey, my ping was slightly higher than you for a second.
Oh, ping is score, so you win.
Well, no, it's like golf. You want to lower ping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's like golf, so 16 beats 20. I'm plus 16, you're plus 20. There we go.
That's right. That's right. You were a little better than Bogey Golf. I was worse. All right. Well, is it then, Doomkid?
Let me go ahead and end this recording. That was a fun session.
That was wonderful.
We should wrap up a little. Yeah, we'll wrap up a little chat after I finish recording. But for the sake of the people watching, this is the end of it. So it was very fun, very well played.
Yep. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all. I really enjoyed that, and Happy Dooming.